The man gripped the rusted valve and twisted with all his might, but even pushing himself to the absolute limit, the thing wouldn't budge an inch. It wasn't until he'd burned through his last breath of oxygen that he finally managed to crank it half a turn. But right then, they suddenly heard a crackling electrical current in the distance. A massive electric eel was charging straight at them at terrifying speed. Luckily, their special forces training kicked in, and they barely dodged the first attack. Seizing the moment, Jason and his partner worked the valve faster, but the eel suddenly lunged at them again. By now the pressure had been released. Jason quickly spun the valve all the way, successfully opening it completely. The instant the eel surged forward, they narrowly slipped through the opening, but they still couldn't get any oxygen, and they were pushing the absolute edge of how long they could hold their breath. Thankfully, his partner managed to activate the drainage system just in time, and they could finally catch their breath. As they explored their surroundings, they stumbled upon an abandoned submarine. However, when Jason tried to fire up the controls to get out of there, he discovered the battery was completely dead. Just as despair was setting in, they heard that electrical crackling sound again from outside. The eel had doubled back, but this time, Jason didn't run. Instead, a crazy idea popped into his head. The eel suddenly opened its enormous jaws and closed in fast. Jason, fully geared up, seized the moment and hurled his spear, landing a direct hit into the eel's body. One by one, the sub's indicator lights flickered to life, and the cabin lit up. He'd connected the spear to the submarine and successfully charged it up using the eel's own electrical power. Meanwhile, back on the surface, the other three were barely hanging on to some rocks. The entire island was rapidly sinking. Just as they were about to plunge into the water, a glowing blue vessel came racing toward them from the distance and swallowed all three of them up. But the danger was far from over. The craft weaved through a deadly field of debris. Jason immediately had the chubby guy who had helicopter piloting experience take the controls while he quickly loaded a torpedo. In a split-second decision, he blasted through a massive boulder and they dodged disaster. After weathering one crisis after another, everyone finally made it out alive.